Well, hello everybody. Hi. This is another great day for Political Talk with Charlotte. This is Charlotte Bergmann coming to you from Shelby County, Tennessee. A great place to be around about now. Glad we're not in Taiwan, Taipei. Glad we're not anywhere close to China. That's where Nancy Pelosi is, and we're going to discuss that a little bit later in the show. I want to thank you all for joining me. And first of all, I want to thank each of you who actually spent time going to the polls and meeting me and shaking my hands and reassuring me that you do appreciate the fact that this Republican will be the best representative for the people in the 9th District. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I also want to say that we've had a terrific time at the polls. It's been a lot of competition there, and I'm really concerned because I want us to make sure that we do the right thing for our community. We've got a really serious contest going on. We've got General Amy Warrig running against a Democrat. I'm sorry, I can't say his name because I don't hold him in very high esteem. I've been around Mr. Mulroy for years, and the values that he holds are totally different from the values that I hold. But anyway, pray for Amy. If you have not voted for her yet, get out and vote for Amy Warrig, for Worth Morgan, for all of the people who are running on the Republican ticket. Why do I say that? Well, after the Democrats took over in 2018 in Shelby County, our economy here has just sank. It's gone to the bottom. I mean, prior to that, in 2010, when Republicans took over the county leadership, man, the home mortgages were relatively decent. The taxes were decent. Since then, after 2018, the population in Shelby County has decreased. People are running from Shelby County because of the leadership. So if you have not voted yet, and I have not voted yet, I must admit, but I'm doing that intentionally. I'm going to vote on Thursday. And I hope to see many of you there at the polls. And hopefully the lines won't be quite as long as they were last Friday and Saturday. Oh my goodness, people really turned out to vote. My son called me. He said, Mom, I'm going to vote because I'm going to vote for you. I said, that's cool. I was headed to church. 2 hours, 1 hour in, and then an extra hour, he calls me. He says, I'm just getting out. He stood in line for 2 hours to vote. Kind of happens when you kind of procrastinate and vote at the last minute. Because earlier during the week and even last week, people were going in, just walking in and voting and out in 15 minutes. So please remember in the future, if you're serious about voting, get out there early. You have about 2 weeks to vote. So don't wait until the last minute. Don't procrastinate. I've got some interesting things to talk about today. I want to get back on the topic of our U.S. economy. We all know that the economy has shrank under Joseph Biden. I went shopping, and I'm beginning to, this sounds like a broken record. I went shopping, and I went shopping at a prominent Walmart. And I'll tell you what, the items that were on the shelf were the more expensive items that I normally wouldn't waste my money on, but I didn't have any choice, so I had to purchase them. Otherwise, the shelves were either empty of the items that I wanted, or the more high-priced items were there. That's because of Joseph Biden administration's inflation. He doesn't want to call it a recession. He's trying to change the name of it and say it's not a recession. But man, it is. We are in a recession, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse until we all go vote and we send to Washington, D.C., people who will protect us and who will protect the economy, who understand those things called supply chain and not spending more than what we have in the budget. Okay, so the U.S. economy definitely has shrank for a second straight quarter at an annual rate of 0.9%. That raises concerns that the country is indeed in a recession. No if, in, and buts about it, compounding the Biden administration's political challenges as it grapples with decade-high inflation. This is the worst inflation that we've experienced in a long time. The new figures that were released last Thursday by the Bureau of Economic Analysis came during a tumultuous time for the economy. There were really things that were going bad. The economic disagreement on the likelihood of a full-fledged slump was something that was being discussed, but we're there now. We're not going into it. We are there now. As a matter of fact, Joseph Biden and his administration has a panel of experts trying to decide, are we in a recession or are we not? Well, I'm here to say we are in a recession and probably heading toward a depression. So we had the depression of 1992. Suppose we have a depression of 2023. You can stop that by getting out to vote and vote in large numbers to overwhelm them so that they won't have an opportunity to fill in the blanks in terms of voters. You know what I mean. The second quarter, which that's where we are now, it shifted the consumer and business behaviors. Retailers bought fewer items, and that's why we're not seeing them on the shelves. And many of them can't buy items because they're not being delivered. They bought fewer items, including cars, and consumers shifted their spending away from goods to services such as restaurants and hotels. Now, this is a report I'm reading, and that may be happening in New York, but I'm talking to people on the streets now, and they are eating at home more than they ate before. So anyway, this is Biden's economy, and he's got to face it. I wanted to bring you some news about what some of his supporters are saying about him. So do you think Biden should have a chance to be reelected? Do you think his supporters want him to be reelected? What do you think? What do you think? Let's see what Cori Bush says about whether Biden should be reelected. Cori Bush is a representative. Does she want Biden to be reelected?
Do you want to see Joe Biden run for a second term?
She's going to go.
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's not going to take long. Do you want to see Joe Biden?
I don't want to answer that question because we have not. I don't want to answer that question.
Nah, okay. She don't want to answer.
He's the president, and he has the right to run for a second term. Absolutely. But I don't want to. I don't want. I'd rather you not do that.
So you got like 2 minutes to be in the car.
Yeah, I know. I got to get to the.
Well, thanks very much.
The other thing. Okay.
Appreciate it.
Even her supporters, her staff is telling her, get the heck out of there. No, that is not what you want to do. You do not want to see Biden running for a second term. Now let's see what AOC has to say about it. You know, AOC kind of reminds me of me. Whatever comes in the head comes out of the mouth. Do you think she wants to see Biden running for a second term? Let me guess. I'll give you one guess. If you guess it right, I'll give you a prize. Let's see what she has to say.
You know, if the president chooses to run again in 2024, I mean, first of all, I'm focused on winning this majority right now and preserving a majority this year in 2022. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I think if the president has a vision, then that's something certainly we're all willing to entertain and examine when the time comes.
Oh, she has gotten really political. She answered that question really politically. I will I will just answer what she meant. Heck no, she doesn't want to vote for Biden. I'm missing some of my text messages. Vote, 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 people, says Rosemary. You doggone right, Rosemary. Thank you for joining us today on the show. Who else is out there? Bill Stotts says, hey, Charlotte, you're right. Biden has gotten America into a huge mess. He has. And we can get America out of this mess, but we got to get up and vote. We got to believe that our votes count. Okay? Like AOC, like Cori Bush, the people in Memphis have not heard this. And they're going out to vote. And they're going out to vote for Democrats. Do you know that almost 50,000 Democrats have voted compared to 30-some-odd thousand Republicans who have voted? What's up with that? Now, let me get this right. Hi, Marcy. Good to see you today. Thank you for joining me. Oh, guys, I appreciate you guys joining me because I think this is going to be a great show. But I want to get back to the Democrats going out in droves, voting for Democrats. There's no food in the grocery store for the most part, or if there is food, the prices are high. The gas at the pump is extremely high. Your utility bill. I had a friend to show her utility bill, and it was over $600 for just a month. Okay? My utility bill, I got my utility bill and I went, ouch. And you know, these people who are going out and voting for these Democrats, they're hurting. They're hurting. Yeah, they're voting for the very people who are hurting them. What's up with that? Can somebody explain that to me? Can somebody send me a text to tell me what's up with that? Why are we still voting Democrat when even the Democrats at the in Washington, D.C. will not vote for Biden? Not because he's a bad man, wink, wink. It's because of his policies. It's because of his policies of they're being gaslighted. Marcy, they're being gaslighted. I am going to ask you, what do you mean by gaslighted? They're being gaslighted. Oh, you're already on top of it. They must be brainwashed. Well, I did listen to Channel 13. I did listen to Channel 13, the local Channel 13, not the Fox Cable 13. And yeah, I agree with you. It's like the media is just pouring information into people's heads over and over and over and over again. And people who are Cynthia. Oh, that was Cynthia that said that they are brainwashed. Okay. Marcy, what did you say? They're listening to, there you go. They are listening to the media and are being brainwashed. Cynthia, I'm glad you joined us. How are things looking in Tipton County in terms of the election? We got to pull it off, and we got to make sure we make the right decision both in Shelby County and Tipton County. Okay, guys? They are being brainwashed, the people who are voting for Democrat. I've got hopes. I've got hopes that things are going to get better. I've got hopes that people are going to wake up. When I go into the stores and people see me and they say, oh, you're that lady that's on television. I don't know if they're referring to my show or referring to when I was on channel, on some of the local channels, but they have not forgotten. And I'm going into the stores and I'm going throughout the community, and instead of people saying, hi, Miss Bergmann, they're saying, hey, Charlotte. Hi, Charlotte. Well, I liken that to people calling people that they're comfortable with by their first names. So I appreciate that. What are we getting here? Rosemary says, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome is the definition of insanity. It's time for a big change. Vote red. I agree with you. And you know, I don't want you guys to get discouraged. I believe when this redistricting occurred, God actually allowed more people to be moved into the 9th district to turn it red. And as I told my sons, one son who doesn't like to vote, God did not move you into the 9th district for you to just sit there, get out and vote. And he's the one who went and voted and stood in line for 2 hours. Be encouraged. Things are going to change. Things are going to improve. We just got to persevere, keep on fighting, and getting out there. Now, you all heard about the big news. The big news. Nancy arrived in Taiwan, in Taipei. Yeah, Nancy did. And did you hear about the what was happening in terms of the sirens that were going off? Oh my goodness. Let me get this turned on for you so you can hear what was happening. It was pretty dramatic.
You can hear the sirens in China. You can hear the sirens in China.
That was pretty scary. That was pretty scary. Nancy decided to go ahead and go to China. I don't know about you all. I'm just concerned that this may open a door for China to go and invade Taiwan. That's not going to be good. And I'm afraid that that's going to escalate and cause more problems. I wonder what you think about that. Okay. Yeah, Nancy did. She landed in Taiwan, and there were fighter jets from China which crossed the Taiwan Straits when she landed. She landed. She was pretty cocky about that landing too, and I have to give it to her. That did take courage to go ahead and go to Taiwan after China issued the threat. It says the situation was very tense between the United States, China, and Taiwan, leading up to her touching down in Taipei. Okay, so she's there now. She flew in a U.S. military aircraft. They don't call it the Air Force One because she's a speaker, but that would be the same type of plane that the president would fly on or the vice president would fly on. If it was the president, they would call it Air Force One. And I'll tell you what, I have not heard anything about any of the planes that were flying out during this time being called Air Force One. Now, if you guys know something better, let me know, but I'm not sure the planes are being designated as Air Force One, but we'll see. Okay, so Pelosi, she was very proud. She said, our congressional delegation's visit to Taiwan honors America's unwavering commitment to supporting Taiwan's vibrant democracy. Our visit is a part of our broader trip to the Indo-Pacific area, including Singapore, Malaysia, South Korea, and Japan. Oh, I didn't see North Korea in there. Is she going? Are they part of the Indo-Pacific area? And she said that they're focusing on mutual security, economic partnership, and democratic governance. Probably doesn't have anything to do with the chips that are being developed in Taiwan for computers and things like that. Nancy says, our discussion with Taiwan leadership will focus on reaffirming our support for our partner and on promoting our shared interests, including advancing a free and open Indo-Pacific region. America's solidarity with the 23 million people of Taiwan is more important today than ever as the world faces a choice between democracy and democracy and auto democracy. Our It is one of the several congressional delegations to Taiwan, and it is in no way contradicts long-standing United States policy. So she's there, and she's actually supposed to spend the night there. Let's see, what do I have? I have some comments coming in. Let me catch up on these comments. Cynthia says, Nancy decided after Taiwanians asked her not to go. She was also advised by our government not to go. I don't even think that Joe Biden wanted her to go. Am I right on that? Dana says they are warmongers. They need unrest and confusion to hide behind. Oh my goodness, Dana. I don't think we're going to give it to them. I don't think we're going to give it to them. We're going to suck this up. We're going to win this election, and we're going to take our country back. I hope you all agree. Cynthia says that's her understanding too. And I believe you ladies are correct. I tell you, these are exciting times that we are living in. And be rest assured, everybody, that God didn't allow us to be born and being able to live in this time for nothing. There's a reason that we're here, and we are going to take our country back. We've been under the thumb of people who chooses to destroy our nation for years. But we've got people who are saying, I'm not taking anymore. I won't comply with your stupid rules, and I'm not taking it anymore, and I'm going to exercise my rights right now to actually vote, to tell you how I'm not going to take it anymore. And the next time that they try to take over, we may have to use different means. But right now, we have access to the vote. Marcy says, all we can do is pray and vote red. I agree with her. I agree with her right now. And I hope you guys don't wake up on August the 5th and say, doggone it, I knew somebody else that I could have called and invited them and asked them to get out and vote. So make sure everybody you know gets out and vote. And let's turn not just the rest of Tennessee red. Tipton County, Bartlett, parts of Germany, the rest of Cordova. I'm expecting you guys to do your part to make sure Shelby County is red. I believe you are. I really believe you are. I've been going into my prayer closet, and I have been conducting a war. And this war has been with God. And I've said, God, this is yours. This is your battle. I know you love us, and you're not going to give up on us. So help us to help those people who don't know any better. You know, you would think, even during the time when Jesus was placed on the cross, there were a lot of people who were against him. And what did he say? He said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they're doing. When we think of the people who are being brainwashed in the community by the media, by their fellow Democrats who have agendas that are not beneficial to those people, we've got to say, Lord, forgive them, and we will get elected and show them a better life. Shelby County, Tipton County deserves better. Marcy, what did you say in here? It says, like Twisted Sister in the 80s song, we're not going to take it. No, we're not going to take it. We're not going to take it anymore. I know you all didn't expect that. I'm being silly because I'm excited because we've worked so hard, and it's about to come to an end, and we will know the results of our hard work. I just want to say that I am appreciative, very appreciative of all of those that I met at the polls who reassured me that they were voting for Charlotte Bergmann. I want to send a special shout out to my team, which includes Lee, which includes Carol, which includes Sandra, which included Dominic, which included Tim, which included Dan, which included Ray. I mean, these people worked the polls, not during those nice days, Thursday and Friday when we got rain. They were out every day for 7+ hours, working the polls, working the precinct. They are my heroes. They are special people that work. And we're going to need some people to work on Thursday. So if you can't work, please call somebody you know who is not working, who want a job, who want better things to do, to get out and go to the polls, because we're fighting not just for today, we're fighting for the future, and we will have a better future. I have all confidence in that. I want to thank you guys. Let's see. Let's move on to what is happening in Wyoming. You guys know about the January 6th panel, right? You guys know about that. And Liz Cheney was sucked in by Nancy Pelosi, and she was convinced to turn her back on Republicans. Liz Cheney's father was someone I respected tremendously, and yet Liz Cheney has proven herself to be a traitor. I call her a traitor. And it's probably not just me that feels that way. Guys, listen to what some of the people are saying about Liz Cheney.
Finish this thing! Let's go!
At Frontier Days in Cheyenne, Wyoming, we found plenty of Republican voters bucking the Cheney name and vowing not to support Congresswoman Liz Cheney for a 4th term. Are you planning to vote for Liz Cheney?
Can I cuss? Hell no.
Are you planning to support Liz Cheney?
Absolutely not.
What are your thoughts about Liz Cheney running for a 4th term?
Personally, I think she said for three too many.
Keep in mind, in 2020, Donald Trump won about 70% of the vote in Wyoming. So Liz Cheney's work on the January 6th investigation isn't playing so well with many Wyoming voters.
She's done us dirty.
How so?
Oh, God. Look at how she's done Trump. I'm a Trump fan. I'm sorry.
So she lost your vote because of her role on the January 6th committee and what she's doing about Trump?
Yes. She's supposed to be supporting him. She's a Republican, for crying out loud.
I find her work on the January 6th committee just repulsive.
How do you feel about her work on the January 6th committee and her role?
It's all a hoax. It's all propaganda. Has nothing to do with anything. It's a witch hunt.
Well, she says she's defending what's important to people here in Wyoming, upholding the rule of law, defending the Constitution.
If that was the rule of law, why doesn't he have a defense team in that courtroom? That ain't the rule of law. That's a kangaroo court. That's not the Wyoming way.
She has been an embarrassment. It's a witch hunt.
Are you proud of her for taking on Donald Trump?
No.
Here in Cheyenne, more than 1,600 miles from Washington, D.C., almost everyone we spoke with told us they believe Liz Cheney is too focused on Donald Trump and the January 6th committee and not paying enough attention to what they believe matters to the people here in Wyoming.
Because she's lost touch with the values of the people.
I don't feel like she supports her people here in Wyoming anymore. The things that she's voting for don't really reflect what the people here in Wyoming feel.
Dean Dexter is one of just Cheney supporters we found in the rodeo crowd.
If they're going to bow down and kiss the ring, I think that I don't want that for my representative. I want somebody who has the Constitution first and foremost in their mind.
We've talked to a lot of folks who say that she has lost their vote because of her role on the January 6th committee, but not you.
No, in fact, I think she's got it even stronger now. She's making a sacrifice. She's made a stand, and she's saying something is wrong, and I agree with her. And even though that has a tremendous personal sacrifice.
Republican Sean McKee is also a Liz Cheney fan. How come you haven't turned against her like so many other Republicans?
I believe that she has a lot of that integrity also. She wants to maintain the integrity of the state. She wants to make it to where it's not so much federally controlled.
And while all of that sounds good for Liz Cheney, given what we heard from this crowd, it may not not be enough to hand her a win.
I wouldn't vote for her if she was the last candidate out there.
Well, that's what happens when we vote for a rhino. Let's make sure that we do not vote for rhinos and send them to Washington, D.C. Okay? I'm signing off. You guys be blessed. Have a great, great rest of your week. And I look forward to Thursday. After the election. And this time I hope Shelby County doesn't take forever to return the totals. Let us know, along with the other counties throughout the great state of Tennessee, in a reasonable time frame, who won. God bless you all. Thanks for joining me today. I've enjoyed talking and chatting with you all, and I hope you have enjoyed listening to my show. You take care. This is Charlotte Bergmann with Political Talk of Charlotte, and I look forward to you joining me every Tuesday at noon as we go over some of the breaking news and some of the important things that are happening. And you take care. I love you. Bye.